Cooking shows, one of the West's favourite genre of reality television out there. When I mention the words cooking shows, you'll probably think of chefs like Gordon Ramsay, Wolfgang Pucker, Ainsley Harriott.
Give your meat a good old rub. Yeah, boy.
Or just actual shows like Mystery Diners.
Release the drone.
Charles Styles, Mystery Diners.
Charles Styles, Mystery Diners. Charles Styles, Mystery Diners. Charles Styles, Mystery Diners. Charles Styles, Mystery Diners.
Diners, Drive-ins and Dives, or Hell's Kitchen. What about those more quiet, more low-down chefs that don't get the same recognition as, say, Gordon Ramsay? Public access chefs, for example, go completely unnoticed most of the times, such as the legendary Merrill Howard Kalin from the Merrill Howard Kalin Show.
Oh God, it's so good. So good. So good and tasty.
And one of these underrated cooking shows that isn't at the same recognition as Hell's Kitchen, but is pretty famous on the internet, and that is Cooking with Hoarders. Hello one and all, it is I, Loonatic, and today on Internet Discoveries we will be looking at the greatest cooking show ever, Cooking with Hoarders.
With the fire low, less strong, so that it doesn't explode or something. Now, this ain't North Korea.
Hey guys.
Somehow my friend found this series, and we both watched these videos in class. I found it profound, yet I also found it quite hilarious. The videos basically take place in this hoarder's kitchen, with rubbish littering the ground, and him stood over his oven, and sometimes it takes place in his bathroom. The person who made these videos is called Masao? I don't know. Masao? I don't know. I'm going to pronounce it as Masao. He's a French-Canadian law clerk. And yes, he's a law clerk. And some of you may know this man. And some of you may even be part of his cooking cult. And I was pleasantly surprised when I saw that he was getting a lot of recognition on the internet, on different blogs and different forums. Such as CWCIK, I think, or CWCKI or something like that, .club. One of the well-known members on that club, or fan site, is called Not Ariel, and they had to put, "I like the way you treat small fires as a normal part of cooking," and that's from the 9th of February 2017. Somebody put in the 11th of February 2017, yeah, I heard Masao was actually a successful Canadian lawyer that dealt with high-profile clients. Don't remember the source, certainly don't know if it's true, but it's just something someone said somewhere. Masao had one channel, Masaokis, where the original Cooking with Hoarders series was located. And now he has two more, Masao HF and his archival channel. Masao HF is where he infrequently uploads different videos in his flat, and in the Hoarders' home and in his home. Whereas his archival channel just archives his old videos of Cooking with Hoarders. Here's some background for those that don't usually watch his videos. He cooks poorly, even if they are the most easiest, almost menial of meals. Now I know this is played for comedic effect. Yeah, I gather he can cook quite well. He also cooks amazing meals, such as his legendary Hot Dogs and Peaches, which was actually featured on an episode of the H3H3 podcast, the episode with Bo Burnham.
First of all, this is a re-upload because I guess he erased it. It was too wild for this world.
Yeah.
But this has 200,000 views, so we are really... This guy kind of has a little bit of a fan base.
Yeah.
Wow. So anyone can make it.
Yeah, see...
YouTube's for everybody.
This is... It's so funny after the conversation we had. It's going to act like I want more of this, which is just like probably a sad, like depressed man.
We need more of this.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do you know where this guy is?
He's in his kitchen.
Or I mean like in...
No, I know.
Yeah, okay. I wonder what was the impulse this guy had to be like, I want to share this.
But that's true. But that's beautiful.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So this guy but he's not even taking inventory of what's in his house. But he's making the video as if this is normal and as if people want to learn how to make hot dogs and peaches. I mean, but really...
He's in a bathroom?
No, but this is truly beautiful and so deeply sad and funny
Holy
and
shit.
tragic. So we're learning about his life, seeing all these. Oh, so the sausages are just actual fucking hot dogs.
I love that he calls it sausage. He's feeling a little bourgeois today.
But see, he's reaching for something. But he wants to teach us.
He wants to share.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
He's like, basically what it implies is that it took me a lot to be able to learn. I've learned the skill.
Yes.
Of cooking these hot dogs.
Yeah.
And I
sausages.
think sausage. Sorry, don't mean to downplay the gourmetness of it.
And he's blending peaches.
But basically, I found this secret, this wonderful secret.
Look at him cooking it. I'm sorry.
Oh, I missed. Does that? I don't know if that. Just a little zap.
But I'm saying
it is I mean, it's different. He's like, I found this new way to do this, you guys.
But it's like, I can't explain it. This means a lot to me. This is beautiful and
why have I not seen this? This is really something.
Why have I seen this? That's the real question.
This sounds like it's right up your alley.
Stacks of salsa. But I'm saying this is a glimpse into a life we never would have without this.
Right.
Pray to God you never have a glimpse into this life.
Right.
But not that we're just seeing it. We're seeing it through his
POV.
Yes, and like with his perspective, with his wants. It's incredible. To me, it's so cinematic and incredible. It's like some crazy, beautiful, like Harmony Korine, like.
Here, let me crank the volume. I actually want to watch this.
It's 8 minutes, so it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
let me
skip in.
just Is he gonna throw those dogs in the blender?
With the peaches.
Bo Burnham said that was his favourite YouTube video ever. These other meals, I dare say, are better than what Gordon Ramsay can produce. Ever. He cooks better than Gordon Ramsay and Ainsley Harriott. Now, I've made shit like this before, and when I didn't have food in, but I just had ingredients lying about. So I made, one of them was fucking piece of ham, a pickled onion, and fucking ketchup over the top, and just ate it. It sounds disgusting, it probably was. I couldn't care back then. It sounds fucking disgusting. I got random ingredients and just threw it all together, and I might actually do that sometime. I might do that now, actually. Right, to make this luxurious meal, you need some fucking something off a sausage roll. You need one of these cakes, split in half specifically. A bit of doggy chocolate. I'm gonna die after this. That'll do. Just gonna make it smaller there. Just put this back. A pinch of red salt. I'm gonna fucking die after this. Make it a little bit more so it fills it all. And then, main part, you need to douse it all in fucking vinegar. I can't do it one-handed. Just a second. And I'm back, I've got it off. Now I need to fucking pour vinegar on this. I'm gonna fucking die after this, I swear to God. Put the lid back on, you need to put the lid back on. Excuse the tan. So, oh, I'm gonna have to flip this. Hello. I'm gonna die, man. Ugh. Delicious. Oh, that was actually not gonna be sick. Where was I anyway? Oh yes, that's it. He not only cooks but gives political opinions and so forth. One of which he talked about Al Gore telling people to cook whilst also keeping their freezer open to stop global warming.
Look at that. Oh, by the way, you know, when this stuff gets hotter, you know, it's a very important social phenomena that, you know, everyone's using like electricity and, you know, all this stuff, and that's not natural, you know, and because of that, the planet is, you know, fucking up. You know, the temperature like is getting hotter and hotter and hotter. So, like Al Gore, he's really angry about this stuff, and he's like, he says, whenever you're doing stuff like this, you got to open your freezer, okay, and just like do stuff like this so that the cold air is going to counter the hot stuff in there, so that it's going to be okay. It reduces the global warming, because if people are not careful, you know, if people continue to vote for the Republicans, like everyone on the planet is going to die, because the polar ice caps are going to melt, and all the small islands are going to just, you know, be flooded by water, and like millions of people in the islands are going to die, and like all this stuff is going to happen, and you know, you got to be careful about stuff like that, you know, because everyone's kind of guilty of global warming. Wait a minute. Okay.
One was called Omelette for Obama.
Well, it's now January the 20th of 2009, and you can hear CNN on the background. Today is the coronation of the new American president, which is kind of weird. It's like Mussolini giving his place to Stalin or something. But anyway, you know, they talk about it in all the newspapers. Had this in the subway this morning, the Metro newspaper. The day one of the Obama era. Everybody was reading that. You know, no one's reading the paper in the newspapers usually, but you know, when you are taking the subway, you know, people take the newspapers and, you know, they don't really read it. But this morning, everybody was reading this. Anyway, so let's celebrate the coming of the communist dictatorship by making an omelette.
And another spoke of science when he was trying to make cheese soup.
Well, I got some big news. You're probably not going to believe it, but I'm going to say it anyway. Well, I'm actually sober tonight, which is quite a rarity in these past few months. Okay, say you have like, you know, you have an object, okay? Say you have, I don't know, anything, like a tree, okay? You have a tree, okay, that's a tree, alright? Now, science is to, you know, like take like a little part here and make it bigger so that you can see what it's like, you know? And then take a little part here and make it bigger so you can see what it's like, then, you know, whatever. So, like, if you go far enough, basically, in science, you've got, like, everything that exists. You got this little dot here, you know, little, you know, thing like an atom or whatever. And then you've got, like, a bunch of little things, like, going around it, like, really, 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 really fast. But, like, you know, it's, the distance is so big, it's like, you know, if this little thing, you know, was like, the Olympic Stadium, these things would be going around the entire city. So it's like, it's on a really big scale. But the thing is that the faster this goes, right, the hotter the temperature, and the slower it goes, the colder it is. So like when you touch something and you feel it's hot, it means that you know, it's like the little thing's going really, really fast, right? It's like when you're running and jogging, you get hot, like same thing, right? This is what I don't understand. I mean, you know, this, if it gets hotter, it's supposed to become liquid. But it doesn't. It doesn't become liquid, it stays solid, it just breaks apart because of the fire. See, it's not turning into liquid. What the fuck? I just don't get it. I mean, there are things that turn into liquid and things that just like disappear or turn into little gray, you know, things like, you know, it doesn't, I mean, it's like arbitrary selection. It's not science. It's just all random, you know.
His original channel got shut down in 2009. In 2008, the Something Awful forums posted about him. We learn he has a sister and a wife. People were confused on how he could get a wife, but apparently he did have one. And further down, we learn that he has a new place, so 2 flats or apartments for you Americans. And one is trashed completely, and that is the one that he records in. After digging around for a while, I found some information on Masao from a website called imyourfan.wordpress.com. It gives facts and speculations about Masao. Here are the facts. What do we know about Masaokis? He's a citizen of Montreal. You can feel joy or shame because of this. Or nothing at all, I guess.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land. True patriot love in all thy sons command.
He speaks at least 4 languages, English, French and Italian are spoken fluently. We have heard his speak Japanese, but not to the extent of the others. He has a normal career, see speculation. He has more than one residence. For a short period there was a video called My Other House that was not archived, which involves another unresolved speculation. He's in his 30s. He has a problem with alcohol and has made many videos while intoxicated. He almost always wears the same checkered pyjama pants, which he uses to dry various utensils and machines with. We don't always see it, but whenever his head casts a shadow, he is usually wearing a fedora. M'lady. In one video where someone snagged a reflection off a pot, Masaokis was not wearing his fedora and had blonde curly hair. Oh my god. He was married at one point and he has lived and done business in Italy for a significant period of time. This blog post confirms he has 2 flats from the title of a video thought to be unarchived. And a later video of his actually features this clean, neat flat that he presumably actually resides in.
Hello. I haven't made any videos in some time, so I guess I thought I would try to make something. I have no idea what I have here. I guess. Wait a minute.
Here's the speculatory section about Masao. He has a degree in law. I'm 99% certain of this, I just cannot find my proof. His ethnicity. In the old thread, a couple of people managed to snag good reflections of him, and Masaokis himself has showed his chubby chest and chin to prove he was wearing an Al Gore shirt. His other place of residence is neatly decorated, clean and well kept. Again, a video called My Other House was posted for a brief period of time before Masaokis yanked it without explanation. In a 2-minute long video, I remember him walking a couple of steps to a rocking chair and sitting down to talk about dogs, books and souvenir he brought back from a trip to Japan. This was also the video in which he spoke the most Japanese. The disappearance of the video and the content thereof is still mysterious. His mental illness, specifically what kind. Continuing with Something Awful, his archival channel actually links to a Something Awful page. It's linking to a page started by someone who talked about him way back when, but this time is the OP. He puts, Masao has not posted a video in 2 years. Did his rotten toilet finally collapse, taking the house with it? Did he die of the illness he mentioned in his last few videos? Has he gone on to become a Michelin-starred chef? We may never know. RIP Masao. PYF Masao vids and facts. Apparently Masao canon is that he's actually a wealthy lawyer with 3 houses who speaks multiple languages and just chooses to live like a mentally ill alcoholic who doesn't know what egg whites are and who wants to gently caress his sister. You can watch all the Masao vids at his backup channel and Masao's new channel, but here's a sample: cooking hot dogs and peaches and coconut bread. When I spoke of him talking about Masao before, he did, this time on a different forum, all about him, but still on Something Awful. He was quoting, "Error, Masaokis' sister status is unknown." This is not entirely true. We know for a fact that Masao also wants to give his sister the love cannon. Masao last posted on the hockey forums on the 12th, so he is not dead. He has a wife apparently somehow, but he hasn't posted much else of interest. It's mostly actually about hockey. Another message was quoted saying, "I always figured the place he made the videos in got condemned or fixed up and he had no more messy place to burn poo-poo in." And Sekiner put, "There was a video in a new, neat place." And he even has his own emoticons on there. Take a look. Masao was even featured on the paranormal board of 4chan, even though the post should have actually belonged on B. It was about really weird and obscure YouTube channels or YouTube personalities or just internet personalities in general, and he was featured. And Anon put, "Anyone see those videos of the French Canadian guy who lived in absolute filth and just rambled away while cooking weird ass meals? I need to find that channel." And somebody else put, "You're talking about Masaokis. The guy isn't even on the internet anymore. Who knows what happened to him? I don't even think he's in that house he was squatting in anymore."
And then another Anon made a green text of what the guy said. That guy isn't on the internet anymore. And he put, "He just recently posted a video. I'll find it and I'll link it." And the same guy returned a few minutes later. "Found him. His kitchen is much tidier now. From Christmas 2014.
Masaokis is actually pretty normal in real life, I think. He just has eccentricities. He's still around but doesn't post often at all. The shitty dirty kitchen is in the old videos is just a house he owns. He doesn't actually live there and didn't back then either. In his newer videos you can see where he actually lives and it looks fine. He has a job as some sort of lawyer or lawman, I think."
Somebody replies to that with, "You have the video where he talks about telling his sister that he wanted to fuck her." Somebody else linked his archival, or the fan channel that archives all the Cooking with Hoarders videos, saying, "This channel has re-uploads of most of his older stuff. It should be in there somewhere."
Fun fact, in one of his videos you can actually see him, minus the curly blonde hair, but just this time in a fucking gas mask and gloves.
"Please, do not let your house become like this. I'm warning you. Please, be careful. This can be very dangerous for your house. You must be careful. You must clean up your house every day. You must wash your clothes. You must clean your dishes. You cannot allow your house to become like this, or you will become like me. Be careful."
If anybody can find a photo of him unmasked, please send it to me on my Instagram. What is he up to nowadays? Presumably he's working as a lawyer, archiving his old videos and making new ones. Like I said, very infrequent. If you like this video, check out my latest video and my video all about the backrooms. Thank you and farewell.